Hey everyone, I just want to come on here today to say thank you. Thank you for all the well wishes. Thank you for all the prayers. Thank you for checking in on us. We are okay and we are very thankful. Our home is okay. Our neighbors are okay. Their homes are okay. We just have a lot of tree damage. And for those that don't know, a few days ago, a storm blew through here and it took us by surprise. I saw a big dark cloud coming in and we thought it was going to be just a severe thunderstorm, maybe some hail. That's what the reports was telling us. And even my husband, when he was driving home, he could see it from far away. And so he rushed home because he thought it was going to be just hail. So he wanted his car in the garage. But little did we know what was going to happen. So not 10 minutes since he got home, all of a sudden the wind picked up and it was like, oh, okay, we need to watch out for that. And then we looked in the backyard and all of a sudden we saw a tree branch fell. And usually the trees that are in our backyard, they don't fall. So I was quite surprised. Then we started looking in the front yard and we saw a whole bunch of limbs fall. And then all of a sudden the wind picked up and things were hitting the glass. So we took cover. We took cover in the middle of the house and prayed. We prayed. That wind was just deafening. And at that point, I thought our roof was going to blow off and the house was going to collapse on us. But thankfully, he heard our prayers, and I'm sure everyone around us, they were praying too, and he heard their prayers too. So after the wind kind of died down a little bit to where we can feel safe to be out the window, I did take a little video of what the front yard looks like while we were inside, and I'll insert it here. But there were a lot of limbs, and I was worried about the roof, see if some shingles came off, and also worried that these big oak trees would just fall on top of us too. So we were watching out for that. And then when it finally died down, we went outside to check the damage, and luckily and thankfully, our home was okay. We are okay. Our neighbors are okay. We were all outside yelling, "Are y'all okay?" And looking at all the branches that fell on the ground. A neighbor across the street, they just had one branch fall, which was good. The one next door to them, just a couple, little leaves. But the house next to them, they have big oak trees too, like us. And there was big mounds of branches on their yard. And I think our neighbor at the end of the street, they just put in, I want to say like an outdoor pavilion or something. Unfortunately, that went down, but that's easily to be fixed. And I believe their greenhouse kind of flopped over, which was, that's okay. And then we checked the backyard and that one was even a bigger mess. Big limbs fell into our pool. We do have a couple trees that are next to our neighbor's fence and a big branch fell on top of their fence. It only just kind of broke a couple of, those panels, which was fine. And then all of a sudden we were smelling something like kerosene or citronella. It smelled more like citronella oil. And we looked in the pool and there was some kind of an oil film on top of our pool. It's like, where did that come from? So we tried to pull that big branch out of the pool and try to figure out what that oil spill was. Couldn't find anything in the pool. We don't know what happened there. My husband did clear out the pool, run the pump, shocked it, put chlorine, and now it looks good. But we don't know where that citronella oil came from. And also our electricity went out. It was probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. So it was starting to cool down. And we were outside as long as we can because it was kind of cooler outside than it was inside at the time. Our cats are okay. They were inside at the time. Our chickens are okay. None of them blew away. Their coop didn't blow away. Thankful for that too. But we started to clean up some of the branches, the ones that we could move. My husband was in the backyard. I was in the front yard, moving those big limbs to the curb. And one of our neighbors was walking down and he helped me too in the front yard. And when I couldn't move anymore in the front yard, some of those were really big and needed a saw to kind of cut them in half. So I did in the side yard, in the driveway, kind of sweeped up all the debris there, and then helped out in the backyard with my husband, try to move some of the branches. But by then it was starting to get dark and we were starting to sweat, and we didn't want to, sweat too much because we know we don't have any air conditioning inside the house. And then we came inside and just, I don't know, played with our phones. That was the only thing that we could do. But even then we wanted to save the battery because we didn't know when the electricity was going to come back on. So I put my phone in the car so it could charge, and it charged that way. And then we went to bed really early. For us, it's 10 o'clock at night. That is early for us. And I couldn't sleep because I was worried about the food that's in the freezer, worried about everyone else, and I was really getting hot. And then at 4 o'clock, the electricity came on. We were just so happy, so thankful. So I went to check and make sure that the things in the freezer were okay, because I didn't open it because I didn't want any of the cold air to come out. Everything was still frozen solid. I know it seems kind of odd that I'm worried about the food, but we just got a lot of fresh meat and we went fishing and we have a lot of fresh fish in the freezer, so I hate for that to go to waste. And I know there's more important things to worry about. We're just thankful that our roof is intact, our home is intact, our neighbors' homes are intact, and we finally got electricity on. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, my husband and I, we got in the front yard. He got his electric saw because luckily the electricity's back on. So he finished the front yard, got all the limbs from the front yard, cleaned it out and put it to the curb. And that took us about an hour to finish the front yard. And my husband had to go to work. So then I thought, okay, I can try to do some of the things in the backyard. Then my neighbor across the street, he came with a little jigsaw and his grandkids, and they helped us with some of the leaves or the limbs in the backyard and brought them to the front yard. Paid them a little something so they can, enjoy their summer with it. Oh, and also our lawn guys came. I didn't think they were going to come because they already came 2 days before to mow the grass, and I didn't think they were going to come because they have yards that they have to do that day. But they came too and did some of the limbs that we couldn't do in the backyard after my husband went to work. Oh, and our son did come yesterday to kind of help more with the backyard, get more of the limbs out in the front. Now we still have a lot of limbs in the trees still. We just can't get to them. They're too high. They're too thick, and we need a bigger saw, a gas-powered saw, and we don't have those. We just have the one that you just plug in, which is sufficient enough for us. We got the front yard done with it, and we got a lot of firewood from it too, so we're prepared for the winter. Now, when my husband went to work, he did say that there were a lot of trees uprooted from the roots, not just the limbs. I know I keep looking at our big oak tree here when I'm looking that way. And he did say that one tree did fall on a car. Luckily, it was just parked outside in the front. No one was driving it. And there were probably 2 homes where the tree fell in the corner. Not that much damage. It's still damaged, but not that bad. So we are very thankful. It could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse because I heard a town near the Panhandle, I want to say Matador, at the time 3 people had lost their life in that storm. So sending our thoughts and prayers to their families, because that's devastating. That storm came out of nowhere. So we're very thankful because we know it could have been a lot worse, and we thought it would have been. It was that wind. You just can't describe it. So now I'm just waiting for our guy who does trim our trees, when he has time, to come finish it off and kind of clean out the trees, to kind of thin them out so the wind could just go right through them. Today we're taking a little break from being outside. We got tired of being sweaty. It's like a sauna outside. So I'm playing with new makeup that I have. And I was planning to do a haul, but that's gonna kind of wait a little bit longer. I did do a video of trying the new Dior blushes, and I was editing that when the storm blew through. And that video will probably be up. I don't know if I'm going to put it up before this one or after this one. And then I did some shopping, so I'm still waiting for new products to come in. So then I'll do my big haul video. And also, one of y'all did send me some things, so I'm going to put that in that video. So I didn't forget about that. But other than that, we just want to come on here and say thank you so much for all your prayers and well wishes. We are good. I know the videos out there that I put on Instagram and the YouTube shorts do look kind of scary, which it was. But thank God we're okay, and everyone around us is okay. Well, all right, you guys, again, thank you so much for your prayers and well wishes. Again, we are okay, and everyone here in our town is okay. So watch out for the Dior blushes, if it's going to be before this one or after this one. I think it's going to be after this video, yeah, because I want this thank you video to be up first. And then the haul video, and then we'll just go from there. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, enjoyed it, I hope you did. Please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.